Friends, the story opens with a teacher named Joseph, who was lying awake in bed one night, lost in memories of his past. We learn that when Joseph was young, he suffered a serious injury to his leg. Because of that injury, he still has trouble walking properly. He needs a walking stick to get around, and his overall health isn't very good, so he continues to live with his mother. Now Joseph is around 46 years old and he still hasn't gotten married. Later, we see Joseph teaching his students in the town school. He tells the entire class that once this semester ends, the school will be shutting down for good. All the children will have to travel 15 kilometers away to continue their studies. While Joseph is speaking, a new student named Catherine arrives. She had just joined the school that day. Catherine is strikingly beautiful, and as soon as she walks in, every student's eyes are fixed on her. After school, we see Joseph at the home of a woman named Rosalie. Rosalie is Joseph's girlfriend, and she also teaches at the same school. Rosalie has a son who is one of Joseph's students. The two of them share dinner together. During the meal, Rosalie tells Joseph that the school is about to close and she has received a job offer in the city. However, she doesn't want to accept it because the commute would be too long and tiring for her. Then she asks Joseph what he plans to do once the school closes. Joseph replies that he hasn't figured it out yet. Rosalie smiles and suggests that he could start farming on his own land, but Joseph turns down the idea. He tells her that he cares about her deeply, but he cannot make any promises about marriage right now. With that, he leaves her house. The next day, we see Robert, Rosalie's son, talking with Catherine. Catherine asks him whether Joseph is his father. Robert replies, "No, my mother is in a relationship with him." After saying this, he walks away. Once school ends that day, Catherine goes to Joseph's house along with her father. Joseph actually takes care of horses on his property, and many wealthy people in the town leave their animals with him for boarding. Catherine also had a horse that she wanted to leave with Joseph. But before handing over the horse, she wanted to spend a little time there. So Joseph tells Catherine's father that he will make sure she gets home safely. Her father then leaves. After he's gone, Catherine asks Joseph if she can come over every day. He answers yes. Then Catherine tells him that he is a really wonderful teacher. Joseph mentions that he will soon be leaving teaching behind. This is his final year, and after that he will stop. Hearing this, Catherine asks him what his plans are for the future. But Joseph doesn't have an answer to that question. He heads out for hunting instead. When he returns home from the hunt, he finds that his mother has become very ill. The doctors who have come to examine her inform Joseph that his mother has cancer. They tell him she doesn't have much time left. Joseph is heartbroken by the news. The next day he still goes to school, but he remains deeply sad. When he comes back home later, he sees Catherine waiting there. She looks at him and begins to undress. Joseph feels extremely uneasy and uncomfortable, so he quickly leaves the house. But on the way, his feelings suddenly shift. He turns back, goes to Catherine, and kisses her. He suggests they begin a new relationship. He also asks her if she has a boyfriend. She replies that she has had several boyfriends in the past, but she feels he is the best one. Joseph becomes so captivated by Catherine that even while sitting with Rosalie, his mind keeps drifting back to her. That night, there is a staff meeting at the school with the principal and all the teachers. The principal announces that teachers who have proper formal qualifications can transfer and teach in the city. Joseph speaks up and says he doesn't have a degree, though he does have plenty of experience. However, no one pays much attention to his words, and the principal turns down any possibility of offering him a position in the city. Hurt by this, Joseph leaves the meeting early. Later that night, he goes to Rosalie's house. She asks him to marry her. Joseph asks whether she is truly happy with him. Rosalie says yes. Then he asks if she is happier with him than she was with her first husband. Rosalie has no answer to that question. Joseph returns home feeling downhearted. The following day, the doctor visits Joseph's mother again and mentions that Catherine's father is also an excellent hunter. He says he has spotted a wolf in the forest. On the way out, the doctor hands a gun to Joseph. After school that day, Joseph spots the wolf in the woods near his home. When he returns, he spends some time with Catherine. Meanwhile, Joseph's mother is deeply worried about her son's situation. She comes to him and says that Rosalie had visited her and told her that Joseph had refused to marry her. Joseph explains to his mother that once the school closes, he will soon be without a job. How can he think about marriage in such uncertain circumstances? His mother listens and then tells him that after she is gone, he can sell the house and use that money to build a life. He could also start farming on Rosalie's land. Joseph finds this idea comforting and begins thinking seriously about it. The next day in school, Joseph is teaching poetry. He asks Catherine to describe a particular painting. She gives a beautiful and somewhat playful description, clearly flirting with him. After school, Catherine calls Joseph over to her car. Joseph gets upset and tells her not to flirt with him like that while they are at school. When he asks why she called him, she jokes that she is pregnant. Joseph becomes angry, steps out of the car, and tells Catherine he will never see her again. But as he walks away, Catherine begins calling out to him on the road in an appealing way, and he ends up going back to her. One morning, Catherine's father comes to Joseph's house and says he has heard that Joseph is a skilled hunter. He suggests they go hunting together sometime. Joseph agrees, and the two men head out into the wilderness. While hunting, they talk about many things. However, Joseph feels nervous, worried that Catherine's father might discover what has been happening between him and Catherine. Meanwhile, Joseph's mother's health continues to decline rapidly. Later, Catherine visits Joseph's house and asks him directly if he is going to marry Rosalie. Joseph doesn't answer her question. He only asks her not to tell anyone about their relationship. Catherine agrees, and the two spend some quiet time together. Unfortunately, the doctor happens to see them during this moment. Later, he warns Joseph that what he is doing is not right. Joseph chooses not to listen to the advice. In the evening, Joseph meets Rosalie at a cafe. Catherine and Robert are already there. When Catherine sees Joseph and Rosalie together, she approaches Rosalie and says that Robert is a very bright boy. But lately, he seems a bit down because Joseph and Rosalie are planning to get married. Joseph tells her not to worry and that they will handle everything. After that, he drops Rosalie back home. She invites him inside, but Joseph declines and returns to his own house. By this time, Joseph's mother has already learned about his involvement with Catherine, but she doesn't make a big issue out of it. Joseph then decides to be completely honest with Rosalie. He goes to her house in the pouring rain and tells her that there is no real spark or excitement left in their relationship. Everything they do together feels routine and uninteresting. He says he wants to travel to new places with her, the kind of adventures she used to have with her first husband. He also admits that he has grown tired of their current relationship. We learn here that Rosalie's first husband was actually Joseph's close friend, who had died in the war. Joseph had feelings for Rosalie ever since he was 18 years old, but she was with his friend at the time. He had always felt jealous and wished she could be with him instead. The life he had imagined with her was something he still longed for. Hearing Joseph open up like this, Rosalie becomes emotional too. The two grow closer that night, but when Joseph wakes up the next morning, he discovers that his mother has passed away. Friends and neighbors send letters of condolence to Joseph. Rosalie also replies with a message. When she reads the letter from Catherine, she realizes that Joseph and Catherine have been involved with each other. Furious, Rosalie confronts Joseph and tells him that what he has done is completely wrong. Joseph replies that he has already wasted many years waiting because of her, and he simply wanted to experience the kind of youth and passion he had missed. Hurt by his words, Rosalie walks away. That night, Catherine comes to Joseph's house and asks him to marry her. He refuses and tells her that he only loves Rosalie. After that, he goes to Rosalie's house hoping to win her back. The next day, the doctors also speak with Rosalie and try to persuade her to forgive Joseph, saying he made a mistake. But Rosalie finds it very difficult to forgive him. Robert, on the other hand, seems quite happy about the breakup between his mother and Joseph. In school, he asks Joseph why his father left them when the government hadn't even forced him to join the army. Joseph tells him that his father was better than him in almost every way, but he had grown tired of living in this small town, which is why he left. On the way, Robert mentions that Catherine's father is coming to meet Joseph today. Hearing this, Joseph becomes very frightened and hides inside his house. When Catherine's father arrives, he says he only wants to have a calm conversation. Joseph finally comes out. Catherine's father tells him that Catherine had done something similar in another town before, which is why he moved her here. He then asks Joseph whether he intends to marry Catherine. Joseph says no. Later that night, Catherine comes to meet Joseph again and asks why he won't marry her. Joseph explains that there is a big difference between them and that she should find a good young man her own age. While they are talking, Joseph suddenly notices a fire outside. All his animals are trapped in the flames. It turns out Catherine had started the fire in anger. Her own horse also perishes in the blaze. After this incident, Catherine leaves his life for good. Joseph then goes to Rosalie and asks her once again to marry him. This time, she agrees, and with that, the movie ends.